So, good morning. Decided to come out here really quickly because it has been storming for the last couple of hours. It's about 8 o'clock, so actually it's been storming for about 3 or 4 hours now. But I saw a little break in the day, or break in the rain, and I said, I just saw some lightning. I said, let me come out here. I try to come out here in the mornings to do my journaling, have a little coffee, that kind of thing. And so I want to go ahead and do that. But I wanted to go ahead and get today's challenge out of the way. Today is day 55, I think, of my challenge. And yeah, these last few days have been a little busy because I told you that I was going to start implementing more action once I kind of got consistent with what I was doing. And so boy, has that been paying off. Like I probably want to run this again and really document for myself the changes that have been popping up, but I didn't think to do that, so that's okay. This is all like a learning process for me. But yeah, book club, I have 350 women that are signed up, ready to go. I created a workbook, I started getting donations, and now I told you yesterday that I got this gut check in my spirit that said start turning the TV off more. And I was talking about distractions and how that is going, did you see that lightning? I was talking about distractions and how that is going to steer you away from your vision and whatever the assignment is on your life, all these distractions, right? All these distractions. And so I think what I'm going to do after this challenge, or maybe for the duration of this challenge, I'm going to limit my TV watching time to maybe just in the evenings only, and for a couple of hours at night. But I'll tell you, over the last couple of days, girl, just the ideas and things that were coming to me when I was distraction free. And so I think that a part of my continuing journey is going to definitely include fasting, not only from food, but also from like TV. Oh, hey girl, where are you? Where are you? Where you going, Callie Cow? All right, go sit down, mama. Callie is on in heat right now, and she's very clingy. But Dorita, where are you right now? Where are you, and how is life? Dusseldorf. I don't even know how to say that. Dusseldorf, Germany, girl. You are getting around, and I love that for you. That is amazing, y'all. Is it ghetto that I just keep this same McDonald's cup and I use my own ice and my own creamer and my own iced coffee? I just like this cup for some reason. I don't even know why. It's just very easy to use. But yeah, I'm outside. I'm going to be doing my journaling before this rain picks up. But yeah, I think because, what is today's date? The 24th? Okay. I know I'm about to go all around the mulberry bush, but I have to say this. Yesterday was my mother's birthday. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you know that I am no contact with my mother. I have not spoken to my mother since June of 2024. So it has been, what's that, like over 2 years? We're in August now. But yeah, I have been no contact with my mother since June of 2024. So yesterday was kind of weird. It was kind of, I don't know. I felt this sense of, guilt. I should reach out. I should try to just, you know, figure it out because I'm the daughter and she's the parent. Like all this old programming just popped up yesterday. And so I had to sit with that. And I did not call her. No, I did not text her. I did not reach out. I didn't do any of those things. She didn't reach out to me. And my birthday is exactly a week from her birthday, which is really interesting. So I don't expect anything next week or this coming, what is this, Sunday either. But yeah, I don't want to say yesterday was hard, but it was just challenging. It was challenging. But you know what? I have just to sit with those feelings, let them move through me, take what I need, allow the rest to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have come to realize that even though it's the guilt, it still pops up. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I have come to realize that that guilt does not serve me, because in order for me to really be guilty, it's like I would have to be taking 100% ownership of where our relationship is. And I don't take ownership of that. When I did my final kind of like last ditch effort to connect, you know, and it's hard to do that when someone doesn't necessarily have the emotional depth that you're trying to take them to. But I said, hey, let's do therapy. So I make sure I use the word we a lot. Like, I know we don't want our relationship to be in this place. Let's go to therapy so we can work through these things and figure these things out, blah, 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 blah. No, it was a no for her. And it was just a no for her. And when I tried to tell her, you know, this is how I felt, this is what's going on, da, 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 she was like, I'm sorry. You know, she did say, I'm sorry that your life was that way. But, you know, basically it was like the struggle Olympics. But I had it harder. But these things happened to me. But I didn't have any help. But. And once she started saying those things, it actually made me feel a little more compassion for her, because it helped me to see, not that I'm a therapist, and obviously this is just my opinion, it helped me to see that she's just stuck in that place. She's stuck in her own pain. And it also helped me to realize that some of the things that she did to me, some of the things that she said to me, horrible things, y'all. Like, I don't know, just she was just, there were times when she was just not very nice at all. But it made me realize that the reason why she treated me the way that she did is because of how, you know, how she was treated and how she feels about herself and how she felt about herself when she was raising me. And I know that as I was getting older, she started seeing, I think a part of it is she started seeing that the possibility that was within me, because obviously I was younger, obviously. I feel like she felt like she didn't have those possibilities for her life anymore. So I know, or I shouldn't say I know, I feel like she resented me as well. Like, I feel like she feels like I took something away from her. Not that I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask for her to have sex. I didn't ask to be born, just like my daughter. My daughter didn't ask to be here. But I feel like she resented me when I was younger. So in any case, that was a kind of like a hard day yesterday, but today's a new day. And I sat with those emotions, and today's a better day. Like, I kind of expected that was going to happen, and that's okay. Unfortunately, people, even parents, aren't equipped to give us what we need. Exactly. And so that is why over the years, I've had to do that for myself. This is one of the reasons why I started Brown Girl Self-Care. Like, I was in such a place where my esteem was shot. I didn't love myself. I had no self-trust, no self-confidence. Honestly, I hated myself for a very long time. And I came to realize that that didn't come from me. Like, we're not born hating ourselves. We're not born feeling these ways about ourselves. So I knew that if I wanted my life to change, I was going to have to change. I couldn't make her change. Like, you can't make your parents change. You can't make your parents love you. You can't make your parents treat you a certain way. You can't. All you can do is have certain boundaries in place, and do things for yourself that your inner child, like the younger you need it, you know. So that's what I've done, and I don't know if we'll ever talk again. You know, and it's funny because she's close. I'm in Arkansas now. She's in Texas. It's literally a drive away. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm not putting my life on hold for anybody, including my parent. And that's sad to say, but it's my truth. So who knows? 5 years from now, we may have the best relationship. There's definitely some healing that needs to continue taking place. More trust needs to be reestablished. There needs to be action. Speaking of love, the book we're reading for book club, All About Love by Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks makes it very clear that, first of all, abuse and love cannot coexist. That's number one. Number two, as we know, love is a noun, but it's also an action. Love is action. So if there's no action, like for example, let's just say my mom called me right now and she was like, oh, hey, Brie, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about that. Da, da, da. I love you. I was wrong. Da, da, da. And I said those things to her. I'm so sorry for the part I played or like whatever. Let's just pretend we did all the apologies, all the apologies. But then the next day, there's no action. And the next day, there's no action. And the next day, there's no action. Like that's not love. That is not, that is not healing. That's just words. Those are just empty words. Or maybe she feels that way, but we know that feelings are not actions. Love is action. So that's the boundary that I have. If there's no action behind it, if she were to call and try to, like, if there's no action, like, hey, let's go to therapy. Hey, let's talk. Hey, let's, whatever, let's rebuild our relationship. That kind of thing, that is not love. And I don't want any parts of that. At least not. I think at some point, if necessary, especially if she needs my help, I would be open to that. But it would just have to be very surface level for me, because if there's no action to help heal what has happened pretty much my entire life, I'll be 51 in a few days. This Sunday, I'll be 51. So 51 years of shenanigans, chaos, struggle, love. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that for myself anymore. It has took me a lot to literally claw and love myself, to just get here and be a whole sort of functional human being. Years and years of dysfunction, that doesn't just disappear. So I'm not looking for words. At this point, it would really need to be a space of healing and action for me to consider, you know what I mean? So yeah, so yesterday was kind of rough, but that's okay. Let me read these comments real quick. Yeah, that is not love. Let's see. Reuse. Most of needs. I love the path that you're on. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, the cup, child, because I don't need a million cups. I was the Starbucks cup queen. You hear me? The Starbucks cup queen. Why? Why did I have 11 different Starbucks tumblers? First of all, and that's crazy because I don't even drink Starbucks like that. I just like the cups, and I do my own thing. Give me my own iced coffee. I can buy that from the store. Stokes is amazing, and I do drink Starbucks iced coffee sometimes, but usually I'm a Stokes girl. I get my creamer. There's a million different flavors. Give me some ice. Sonic has that good ice, but usually I just get my ice from the grocery store, or I do my hot coffee. Unfortunately, I just forgot about this. My coffee maker broke. This is one of the things that really messes with me, because before I moved from California, I had a brand new coffee maker. I probably paid about $200 something for it. I think it was a Ninja, possibly. And you could do like the iced coffee or the hot coffee or something, different type of coffee. That was one of the things that I gave up when I moved here. And I know that sounds really like it's just a coffee maker, girl. Why are you tripping? It's just because I feel like I lost so much, and there hasn't been a great return on this investment. So I went and bought a cheap $20 coffee maker, because I'm trying to stick to a budget, and plus I didn't have the money for a new, I couldn't afford to rebuy that coffee maker. So I spent $25, probably almost exactly a year ago, and that coffee maker just broke like 2 weeks ago. So now I can't have iced coffee because I cannot replace it right now. So I'm just doing the iced coffee, and that's fine. But yeah, I just feel like I gave up a lot to move here, and I just like, where are the benefits? Where they at? Because nothing went according to plan, but it's okay. It's gonna be all right. Yeah, but yeah, definitely reusing stuff. So I got rid of so much stuff. I don't need 50 cups. Right now, I literally have 2 coffee cups. That's it. I have 3 tumblers, different sizes. That's it. That's all I have, because I don't want to amass more junk. I don't need it. So much money wasted. So much money wasted on things I did not need. So as I'm replacing things, like I thought I was replacing this coffee maker, they don't make stuff built to last anymore, do they? Because there's no way in hell that coffee maker should have broke, like the button stopped working. It was just a little push button, the Mr. Coffee, the black ones, you've seen them everywhere, 25 bucks or something. That should have lasted way more than a year. But they are not building things the way they used to, that's for sure. Everything is just like disposable, cheap plastic parts that are made to last for maybe like a year. The cars are being made that way. Like everything is just disposable. Everything is clearly just disposable. And I don't like that. But anyway, let me take a sip of my fake McDonald's coffee. But yeah, it's a new week, y'all. I think, is this the last week in August? I think it is officially the last week in August. And boy, I just I feel like I have a lot to do. This is gonna be a busy week for me. I'm sorry, Dorita, I'm missing your comments. Let me see what you done said. I had to forgive my father for who he was, not equipped to be for the person I was and was becoming. It allowed us to heal a bit before he passed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that your dad passed, number one. But yeah, that is true. Like sometimes you do just get to a point where you just do what you can to just forgive so that you can just have something, you know what I mean? And where you don't feel like you are martyring yourself, you know? I think that's important. Like I don't want to martyr myself to be in a relationship with anybody, you know? No value in life anymore. Nothing handmade. Yes, I'm so glad that you said that because I just can't get down with what they're making. Like I watched a YouTube video and this young man he's showing cars from like the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and he like shows you the inside and he compares it obviously to these newer made cars. And you know, it's funny how the human mind works. If something's not right in front of your face, you kind of forget over time what things used to be like. So he was showing us these cars from like the 90s, like one was like a Buick LeSabre, one was, I forget what the other one was, like a BMW something from like the 90s. And the inside was plush. The materials were like the seats, the entire seat was leather. You know, nowadays, like in my Camry, it has the leather on just the parts that your back and your butt touch, and everything else is fabric, right? And now they're going to like, I think touch screens or something for newer cars. I don't know because my Camry's 10 years old, and honey, I don't even have 100,000 miles on my Camry yet. I got it used and in 2019, and I think it's a 2025. I think I have a 2025. Oh, excuse me. Might be 11 years old. My bad. I don't know what, whatever. I have like 97,000 miles on this Camry because y'all know, other than when I decide to take very long trips, I don't be going nowhere. When I tell you I'm a homebody, I'm a homebody. All right. So this car, I call her Marcy. Get it? It's Camry, but Marcy. So Marcy has almost 100,000 miles, but me and Marcy, we gonna be together probably another at least 10, 15 years, God willing, cause nah, I can't get jiggy with what they're doing with everything. But yeah, everything in the car, I think is like my friend, she has a new Kia Sorento or whatever the SUVs are called. I'm not sure. And I'm almost positive that like a lot of the stuff is just like touchable screens. And I done heard something, I don't know how true this is, but how true is it that they now have in certain cars the option for heated seats, but it's on a subscription model that you have to pay monthly to have heated seats? Is that true? Because that's wild. That's wild. Like all these things that we used to have back in the day, now not only are they raising prices, even though financially people, a lot of us, we're in the same spot. These little 25-cent raises that they trying to dole out like they're giving us $5 raises to match this economy or the inflation, it's a joke. So they're raising the prices and they're cheapening out on the materials, right? Craziness. How is this okay? On what planet, obviously planet Earth, right? On what planet is this okay? The things that are going on in the world, but in this country specifically, just so much shenanigans. Like I just pray for a simpler life. I just pray for a simpler life, one where I'm satisfied with my car. I do want to get another car. It doesn't have to be new. I would love to get like a Toyota Highlander or a RAV4. I've had one of each back in the day when I was doing all my I got to get a new car every 2 years thing. Wild. My 30s and 40s was off the chain, honey. Getting a new car every 2 years. Highlander, had a Camry, two different two different RAV4s. I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. I had a Nissan something. I had I have a Camry now. I had another Camry. I had a Hyundai Sonata Limited. I had a Ford Edge. This is all in the last 20 years. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So yeah, I know again, I'm all over the place, but I'm just thinking about that. Every time I think about that, I'm like, girl. On a tangent, but I loved my Camry. I had two, a 96 and a 05. Bought a Mercedes. Excuse me, Miss Mercedes, in 2012, but still miss my red Camry. Mine is black. Everyone watching, let's embrace the light. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet, Dorita. But yeah, it's just wild. It's just wild the way that everything is just going crazy. Everything is going crazy, and I'm watching so many YouTube videos, and I know this is algorithm based, so I know this is not the entire world, you know. Wait, what? Oh my God, Journey with Doe. This whole time, I thought you were my friend Dorita. Are you kidding me? This is not Dorita? Your name is Renee? Okay. Renee, I apologize. This whole time I've been talking to you, I thought I was talking to someone else. When you are popping up on my videos, okay. Now you're confusing me. Oh, you're talking to Renee? You know what? How about this? Let me mind my business and keep talking. Let me mind my business and keep talking. Let me mind my business. Let me stay out of black folk business, as they say. Let me stay out of black folk business. But anyway, yeah, y'all, it's wild. It is wild what is happening in our country. So many things happening in this country. So many things. From the idiot in office. I heard that he's now going to allow some importing of beef, but he didn't want to say where it's coming from. What? Now, I don't know if there's been updates after that, but that's the last thing I saw. What? This is why I need some land, y'all. I need some land. We all do. Or we need to start living with each other and pooling resources together. Something. But I need some land. It could be an acre. Give me an acre. Give me an acre. And let me start growing my own, like have chickens and some other things, because they are trying to kill us. They are trying to kill us. They are trying to kill us, right? One way or another. Either the food, breaking your bodies down, stress, overwhelm, crappy health system. Like they are trying to kill us. They don't want us to be healthy and well, mentally, physically, spiritually, because they want us to be docile. Where you going, mama? You want to go in the house, Callie Cow? Sit down, booby. Sit down, booby. All right, Callie's not being a good listener. But yeah, it's just a lot going on right now. It's a lot going on right now. But I myself, I really want to clean up my eating. I know I've said that before, and I've been making steps, but I wanna go even further. I think for me though, it's just one thing at a time that I can focus on. I can't necessarily focus on a lot of multiple things at one time, but I don't know. All I can say is don't eat the beef. We don't know where it's coming from. I think there's going to be more of that until he gets out of office. And then unfortunately, how long is it going to take to recover from what he's doing and what he has done? How long is that going to take? I don't think it's going to be a quick, easy thing. There's a lot that needs to happen. I don't know. But I'm just trying to do what I can do. Why are there ants on my journal? I'm just trying to do what I can do. And I encourage you to do the same. We have to keep our wits about us. We have to, I know that there's a lot going on with the food, and and things like that. But we have to figure out ways to maybe start shopping or supporting our local farmers, our local what what's it called, farmers markets and things like that. um, if you're living in a rural area, I can never say that word right, you likely have people around you that are raising chickens, so you can get eggs and fresh chickens or fresh meat and things of that nature. And then, yeah, stop consuming so much. That is something that I am focusing on. Just the overconsumption. It I don't know. It's just a lot, y'all. I'm rambling. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I'm really honestly just trying to process it all. I saw a video from a young man today. It was a young white dude, probably in like his, I think he said he was 28. I watched a few minutes this morning, and he was basically saying that like, this is not the life that he signed up for. This is not the life he signed up for, and they are just making it really, really hard. And his parents, and basically the world is telling us that, you know, like he said, he worked at Walmart for like 5 years, and his parents told him to just basically stick with your job. If you stick with your job and you rise through the ranks, you're gonna have a successful life. And he was basically saying that he stayed at Walmart 5 years, busted his butt, rose through the ranks, and he said he still could not afford any luxuries in life, even though his parents said, you know, if you stick this out, then you're gonna be able to, you know what I mean? But this I'm gesturing wildly here. All of this, it's not the same as it was even like 20 years ago. You know, it's not the same anymore. I saw another video of a young black woman. Well, she's younger than me. Everybody younger than me is a baby, is a young black woman or a young man. She was talking about how she was trying to get back in the job market and putting in applications. Hasn't even had an interview. Y'all see that thunder? Hopefully it doesn't start raining, because if so, I'll have to end this live. But she hasn't even been able to get a job interview. So people talking about how like they would tell, like in the old days, in the work industry, you got one job and you stayed there for 75 years and you retired and you got a nice little pension, you got a nice little gold watch, you had a nice dinner or lunch before you left, and you got to keep like your healthcare insurance and all that jazz. They're not doing that like that anymore. Those days are over. Those days are over. You got to get in where you fit in, baby. You got to get in where you fit in, because I'm not saying that you can't find a job, but you know, you can, but it's not as easy as it used to be. Not saying it's impossible, but it's not as easy as it used to be. So that's why people like me, you know, are looking at what our skills and talents are as a whole and figuring out what other ways can we survive. And on top of that, survive and thrive doing something that you actually want to do. Something that, you know, aligns with your personality or your gifts or your talents or your skill set or whatever. Because that's what I'm trying to do, you know. And I'll tell you, actually, they built an they built an Aldi, maybe like within 10 miles of where I live. And I was like, oh, this will be good. You know, Aldi part-time, probably get a discount on some groceries or something. I could still do my stuff that I'm trying to do here. But if I can do maybe like 20 hours a week or something like that, that would be phenomenal. Child, they were like, denied. No, thank you. So I was like, okay. But yeah, y'all, I just like, it's just different. It's just different. So these boomers or whomever talking about just get a real job, pull yourself up by your bootstraps like I did back in 1962 or in the 50s, honey, those days are over. Okay, it ain't the world. It ain't built like that no more. Those days are over. It ain't built like that no more. So anyway, so what I am going to be focusing on for the next 35 days, I've kind of challenged myself to see if I can generate maybe $2,500 in income. And so I have 35 days to generate $2,500 in income. And so today is day two. No. I think I gave myself 40 days to generate $2,500 in income, something like that. And so it's been a week, and I think I've done maybe like $200 or something like that, which I'm extremely thankful for. But the point of it is that this is going to help me to see kind of like what my audience wants, what what I can create that people will want to buy, and it might be a slow build, but it's possible. It's possible. I've spent 6, 7 years connecting with my audience, and letting them know that I'm consistent and that I'm here. They're starting to know my voice, you know what I mean, and what I talk about and who I am as a person. So, we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited to see where I end up at the end of all of this, like at the end of this next 30-day sprint or whatever, financially, in my business, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, after I do this sprint, I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to tweak it a bit because I don't want to do exactly what I'm doing here, but it's all a learning process. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I keep looking at my hair because, honey, the hair is already growing. Like, do y'all see this? The hair is already growing from my cut, and she's looking really cute. She's looking really cute. Like, get into it. I'm just like amazed at how pretty I look right now. I'm sorry. Let's see. Even those of us who get into things in the early 90s even had a different path. If you got into a well-paid path and made really, yes, for sure. Yeah, I thought I had one of those jobs. I was there for 12 years. My mental health tanked so many times over that 12 years. I'm not even BSing. My mental health, it just tanked. It just tanked. Like, I was just like, this is not for me. I gotta get out of here. I cannot do this. I don't know why I'm like this. I wish that I could. And I know this probably sounds like crazy talk, but I promise you, I would love to be the kind of person, I don't know if love is the right word. How about this? It would be convenient, helpful even, to be the kind of person who can go into an office every day, or you know what I'm saying, and be able to kiki and like do all the things and just mask and all that. Like, I just can't do it. I would just make it for a certain amount of time, and then my mental health would tank, and I would boister myself up, and then my mental health would tank. It was just, I think on top of that, plus I was dealing with all the dysfunction. Keep in mind, I was still dealing with the dysfunction of my family and all that. I was just getting hit on all sides. Plus, I was a single mom. It was just a lot. And so my mental health just kept tanking. And I don't know if I have like a chronic kind of mental health kind of thing, but it feels that way, to be honest with you. So I have to be very careful because things can get hard or go dark, and I don't want to put myself in that position again. I really feel depressed if I'm not doing things that are in alignment with who I am and what I feel like my assignment or my gifts are. So I don't know why it's that way, and I wish that it wasn't, but I end up getting very depressed and very down and dark, and I don't want to do. I can't go down that road again. So I really can't do like a 9 to 5. It's just not for me. I'm not about that life. I'm really not. It's just too much going on in the office too, and too many games being played. You got to jump through all these hoops, and I know that every job out there is not like that, of course, but the patterns have shown me that a lot of these places, they really don't care. I've seen so many messages from people saying how their parent died, their aunt died, their brother died, their sister died, and they let their manager know, and then the manager is like, okay, sure, my condolences, go ahead and take the day. And then asking in that next text message, so will you be able to come in tomorrow because we don't have anybody to cover your shift. What the hell? Why are we valuing work more than life? It's just too much. It's just too much. You don't even get time to really grieve. Remember when my brother was killed in 2017, and I literally, because of how I had to work it through my job, though they were of course understanding, but they only give you so much time, you know. And so because we weren't having the funeral right away, I knew I had to save those days. When someone is murdered, I don't know if it's handled differently, but for some reason I don't know why we had to wait. He was killed in July and we didn't bury him until August, or have the services. No, he was cremated. We didn't have the services until August for some reason. We didn't get his body until August. I can't remember exactly why. I don't remember. But there was a pause or a gap in that. And so I went to work probably 2 days after he died. And I was just a shell inside for those few days. Like, pretty much for a while. I was just a shell inside. Still at my desk, still functioning, still answering phones, still doing quotes for customers, my external customers and internal customers, still responding to emails, still designing office spaces, because I used to design office spaces in a 3D program, cubicles, panels, conference rooms, break rooms for corporate environments. That is what my skill set was. And I did that for like 20 years, selling office furniture, not in a store, but in a corporate office, you know, for corporate customers. So still sitting at my desk, drawing 50 cubicle stations, a break room, classroom, setting up a classroom, handling installations for customers, and just all that. And inside, I was literally dead inside. I that's just what it was. Can y'all hear the rain? Can you hear it? Let's see. Yes, you must be true to who you are and what you can do. Handle. Everything isn't for everyone. I don't believe any job cared for people. A few people at the job, maybe. Yeah, it was very apparent that if you didn't play the game, and I don't know if you can tell this about me, but I don't have the kind of face where I can fake something. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I don't like circumstances, I don't like the circumstances. And that was another thing. Like, I felt like I always had to have my face fixed. Even if I was cool, I'm not like a happy, smiley, shiny person. That's just not my demeanor. That's just not my demeanor. Now, if I get excited about something, like right now, of course, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm firing on all cylinders because I like dialoguing this way. This is exciting to me. This is fun. This lights me up. This lights me the hell up to do this and be able to talk to you like this. But just sitting in an office, doing the same thing day in and day out, I would constantly have to remind myself, if someone came to my cubicle, I better have my face fixed, because my face is very, even when I'm not mad, my face is just very neutral. It's like, my face is just very neutral, or maybe sometimes even resting bitch face. And I'm not being a bitch, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna be all, I don't have the perky, bubbly thing. So I wasn't a good fit for the office, because you either have to be, of course, naturally that way and want to talk to people and engage all the time and things like that, or you have to be able to muster that up. And I could for a while, but it wasn't sustainable for me, even though I did it for 20 years. I'm telling you, it was just hard. It was just hard. It was just hard. Let's talk about the nails, D. Because if I ain't gonna do nothing else, even though sometimes I don't have the time, or I just keep putting it off, I'm gonna do the nails. So this is a magnetic polish. I don't know if you can tell. Probably not, because there's like a glare on the screen. But this is a magnetic polish. And it's by INLP or ILNP, ilovenailpolish.com, ILNP.com. I think this one is glow stick. And yeah, you just paint it and you use the magnet, and then you do another coat and you use the magnet for like 30 seconds to a minute, and you just keep doing that process. And I love it. And they have magnetic polishes everywhere, but this one specifically is from ILNP. But I love to keep my nails painted as much as possible, and because it helps me to feel like I care about myself, that I deserve to feel pretty or to be pretty, especially since I don't wear like the earrings. I don't wear a lot of I don't wear any makeup really, typically, other than maybe like a little bit of lipstick sometimes, or like I used to do lashes, but it kept making my eyes irritated, so I can't do that. But yeah, I can do the nail polish, so that's what I do. It does. Yeah, for some reason it's picking up as iridescent on the screen. I can see why you feel that way. I think it might be because the clouds or the sun is hitting it that way, but it doesn't quite look like this in person. But yeah, it's very like glowy, I guess, in the sun. Oh, you brought 5 polishes with you? That's amazing. What's your favorite color? So, um, yeah, y'all. Yeah, the rain is raining, but it's not coming up here, so I'm good for now. It's not really getting too crazy. And I love the sound of rain, especially like when I'm journaling. So that's why I brought my journal out here. I try to journal every single morning. Doesn't always happen, depending on what season I'm in, but I try to. And I know I said I didn't bring a lot with me to Arkansas, and I didn't. I got rid of, unfortunately, like pretty much 95% of everything. But I brought pretty much all my journals. I have a bin full of journals, probably like 30 journals that I brought, because I just could not see myself destroying my words. Like, I don't know, it's just personal. It's just personal to me. I couldn't see myself getting rid of my journals. I chose to make space for that over other things I could have brought in my car. I was neutral for years because of work, but I have a red and a purple with me. I love that. I love that. Yeah. When I want to treat myself, sometimes I buy a polish because it just makes me feel very luxurious. That for me is luxury right now, until I can start figuring out what other luxury things I can do when I have the money for it. But nail polish, it feels like a nice luxury for me, one that I deserve. And so I always I had to replace those too. I don't know why I didn't bring my nail polishes. I don't know why I didn't think those could fit. Girl, I got rid of a huge bag of nail polish. I don't even know what I was thinking. I have no idea. Huge bag of nail polish. So I've had to start replacing them. I will never do that again. I don't even know why I did that. I don't even know why I did that. Of course there was space for a big gallon-sized bag of nail polishes. That's what I had. So many pretty polishes. So many pretty polishes. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I was trying to say that I definitely have a busy week. This week I have the book club experience. 350 black women signed up. I had to turn off the registration form because it was overwhelming. I'm gonna be doing this Zoom, and I don't really know how I'm gonna negotiate and navigate this. I know that not all 350 women are gonna show up. We know that to be true. People see something that's free, they just want to sign up, you know. Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. But it still might be, on the first meeting, it still might be 200 black women that show up. That's a lot of black women, okay? And then, it'll start to die off. And then by the end of the 6 weeks, who knows, maybe it's 40 black women, 30, 20, I don't know, 50. I don't really know. But the first couple of meetings there's going to be a lot of women on this Zoom. So I'm trying to gear up for that. And so the things that I am doing for this business, and I'm sharing this because I know at some point people that watch this, they watch, some of you watch for the self-care, and then some of you also watch kind of for the whole content creator side of things. So my plan is to this week, I pulled my website down, browngirlselfcare.com. If you go and type that in, you're going to get a nice big error page, because I pulled it down maybe a month or two ago because I was paying Shopify $40 a month for nothing. I wasn't even using it, and that's what, $500 a year, baby. I ain't got it like that. Okay? I don't have money to waste. And I have been with Shopify for years. Okay? Probably 5 years. $500 a year. All right? So I got rid of Shopify. Again, that was $40 a month or something like that. And so once I did that, I didn't have a place for my website to live. So it has been looking very ghetto. When you go to browngirlselfcare.com, you're like, is she even a real person? Because, baby, we cannot get you on the webs. So my goal this week is I went to card.co, CARRD.co, and what it is it's like a really easy plug and play kind of one-page scrolling template that you can use to just give yourself an internet presence. It's free, or you can pay $19 for the year, and you get to actually use your real domain versus browngirlselfcare.com card.co or something like that. So I'm gonna get that all going this week. And I want to do that because I want to start talking more about my coaching services, right? So I want to start doing that. I want to make sure that I'm doing the things that I can do to set myself up for success. So I'm going to have my one-page website back up this week. That's my goal. I'm going to put the little mini reflection journal that I did. It was like 12 pages that I created for this book club that starts this week. I had it where people could just donate whatever they wanted, and as a thank you, here's the PDF of the mini reflection guide that I created. And women, I earned $200 that way. Okay, and I was very thankful for that, like very, very thankful for that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put that into my is it called Gumroad? I'm gonna put that into my Gumroad. And on top of that, this week, I am going to, hopefully today, I'm going to record some audio, about an hour's worth of audio that goes with the sections of the reflection. And so the workbook alone is going to be maybe $12 or $13, or I keep saying workbook. It's like a little mini journal, reflection / workbook. That's going to be like $12. If you want that plus the audio, that is going to be $47. So that is going to go into my Gumroad. And so I want to start building up a digital presence so that when people go to my Linktree or LinkedIn profile, they'll see my website. They'll see that I offer coaching for high level, women in corporate or entrepreneurs or things like that. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, why I'm specifically going to only be talking to women like that. And then I want to have a digital presence. So 3 things I'm working on this week: the website, rebooting my the coaching, and what else did I say? Oh God, putting my stuff into my Gumroad so I can start building up some digital products. And so the reason why there's a certain type of Black woman I want is because people, like, the lower your prices, number one, the more people expect. And on top of that, the more people feel like what you have to offer is just like your presence is not valued, So I was trying to do like the coaching for $49 for half an hour, or $49 for an hour, or you can get I'm just throwing these numbers out here. 3 package, work with me for like $297 or just something like that. And I'm gonna tell you, like, those people, like, they want the world. They want the world because I don't know, but it's just like, I don't want to, like, I'm not here to prove my value to anybody. I'm not here to prove my value to anyone. I've been podcasting for 10 years. And that's another thing. When I try to offer like podcast services, it's like, still people want free. People want cheap. People want free. That's not me. I didn't spend 10 years in this industry to cheapen myself. Now, if I want to do something for free, then obviously I will. That's different. I don't have a problem doing certain things for the community. That part's fine. But what I'm talking about is when I attach a price to something, like, I'm not going to cheapen myself. I'm just not going to do it. So I don't want to work with people that do not see my value, that do not see what I bring to the table. And usually the lower your price is, the less your value. So if I'm putting out coaching offers, either for self-care or for podcasting, and it's $39 now or whatever, how valued is that? Versus someone seeing, for an hour to even get on her calendar, it's like $200 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? So no, I ain't doing that. Been there, done that, wrote the book, got the t-shirt, wrote a movie, filmed the movie, produced it, no one paid for it. Anyway, I'm not, that's the old Brie. The old Brie had to prove herself. I ain't doing that. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. And just like with this book club, though it is free. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Again, we're talking about business here. I forgot to mention that likely one of the things I'm gonna do is, because I want to keep the momentum of this book club growing. I want to keep this growing. So likely what I will do is I'm gonna probably at some point open like a Patreon or something like that. And for the book club part, next time it's not gonna be free. This is a lot of work, and I don't think people appreciate that. It takes a lot of work and energy and care and the desire to support to do these kind of things. People see free and it's just like, oh, great. Well, wonderful. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize the energy that it takes to do this. And I'm doing this for 6 weeks. I said I would do it, and I want to do it. So I don't have a problem with doing it. What I'm saying is, again, it's the mindset of free. So what I'm going to do after this 6 week is up, I am going to, before it ends, I'm going to open up like either a Patreon or something like that. And if people want to be a part of the book club, you got to have a little skin in the game. So this will probably maybe mean less women, and that's fine, because it'll be less like touching I'll have to do. That requires a lot of energy. It'll probably be like $10 for the Patreon just to be a part of the book club, and like an inner circle kind of thing. And I'll be upselling in there, still doing the workbooks, still doing that kind of thing. But I am really shifting away from this free. I really, really am. Again, I know that I'm doing this book club free, but it's because I really wanted to just get into finding people that wanted to read this book with me, all about love, And now that I know that there's an interest, but it's to kind of maybe even shrink it down a little bit so that it's not so much energy required, put a little money behind it, and you know what I'm saying? So it won't be as hard on me. So yeah, anyway, I know I've talked a lot. Let me read these comments real quick. People who are prepared to invest in themselves are likely to understand and appreciate the value. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of women. I put this thing out on social media where I said I was looking for 2 women who were ready to something. I forget what it was exactly I said, but it was about podcast coaching. And I had probably like 300 comments of women saying they wanted it. And this is going to be doing a high level, like you were going to have access to me for 30 days. You were going to get your podcast going, and you were going to be able to connect with me via like a voice app, that kind of thing. Like I'm talking like a high touch, high level, high energy type of experience. All those women that responded wanted it for free. All of them, except for maybe a handful. Do you know how much is required to do that? I wish that I could. I can't. I don't have the capacity. So that was eye-opening for me. Like, no, I can't. I can't. So anyway, yeah, it's just like I'm not aligned with people that don't believe in reciprocity, people that don't believe in valuing people. Like I've paid for coaching, I've paid for workshops, I've paid for what's it called, like the business groups. I've literally, like, I'm not asking anyone to do something that I have not done myself. I have literally paid for all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I see the value in it, I pay. Like if I know that there is genuine value there. I don't expect anything for free. I just don't. Because I know what goes on the back end. Especially, I'm not talking about these bro marketers. I will never support a bro marketer. And we are bombarded with that mentality of like these bro marketers, which is typically these white men setting the standard, which it seems like everyone is following this blueprint of the bro marketer for a lot of people. That's not how I want to do business. And it's sad because when you're a smaller creator like me, you don't get necessarily the attention that the bigger people do because they have the money to put hundreds of thousands of dollars into their marketing. These people have teams, assistants, people that actually create their content, editors, website designers, what else? Just bookkeepers and so they just have teams. They have support, and they scale their businesses, their brands to these big things. That is not what I have. It's literally just me. And it will continue to be just me if I continue to accept free. At some point, I deserve to have an assistant too. Or at some point, I deserve to be able to pay someone to design my videos for me. Like, I know that my videos here on YouTube, girl, go look at them thumbnails. Go look at the thumbnails and you'll see I need assistance. Go look at the thumbnails and you'll see your girl could really use someone on her squad to create, not her thumbnails, I can do that myself, but create videos. Like, I can just, here's my content, go make it a little prettier. I get it. Because what is pretty is what gets the views. What is pretty gets the engagement. What is pretty gets money thrown at it. You know what I'm saying? You see people and they're doing these podcasts. You see they're whole productions. They're in a studio. They got these cute little settings. I would love to record like that one day. I really, really would. But they've got this nice setting that they've paid for. They've booked, and they've got producers and they've got people with multiple cameras set up and they've got assistants and, they've got people that can schedule the clients and they've got just people that can help make things go smooth. And you just literally have to show up. You get glammed up, they have glam and they get their hair did and they get their makeup did and their nails did and they have the cute outfits and all that. But those are big creators that are doing that, So the small creators like me, the smaller podcasters like me, we are the ones that really need that support, So anyway, I'm rambling now, but yeah, I am really on a tangent, like a different mindset than I've had even just the last couple of years. Like, it's just, once you really get serious about what it is you want to do, whatever it is, it may not even be about content creation or whatever, but once you get serious, really serious about what you want to do, and you allow the process to actually help unfold you, mindset and distractions and different things like that, and consistency, it things start to open up. So right now I'm literally just like prepping the runway for 2027, because I know that 2027 is going to be amazing. I feel like 2027 is going to be really big. I hope I don't come back and watch this video and it's not the case. I just be kikiing with myself. Y'all don't understand why podcasting is easy for me, because I can literally I just be talking. Yeah, have a great day. Yes, girl, you too. I am as well. I appreciate your support and you being here. You be the only one watching sometimes, and I appreciate you. But please have an amazing day, and I appreciate you 1,000,000%. Enjoy. I hope you have, what are they doing in Germany? Beers and Frank, what are they called? Hot dogs? I don't even know what it's called, but I know you eating good. I know you eating real good. So y'all, the rain stopped. I am going to stop as well, because I really do need to journal so I can go ahead and get on with my day. Like I said, this week's gonna be very busy. I wanna stay very intentional. So I'm gonna end this here, but have an amazing week. Thanks for vibing with me, whether you watched it for a few minutes now or when it goes up on the YouTube channel at some point after it processes, which takes forever for some reason. But yeah, I appreciate you. Definitely more to come, more chit chat and carrying on and kikiing to do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.